Today is an impact day. The weather is likely going to impact you and inconvenience you, especially as we get into later on this afternoon and into tonight. Make sure you're paying attention to the weather, especially tonight with the threat of a few strong or severe storms. Chief Meteorologist Jason Simpson will be here, as well as meteorologist Taylor Sorello, and keeping you up to date on all of the changes and those warnings. Should they be issued, they will be passing those along to you. But let's talk about what we can expect. There's a high risk of heavy rain and thunderstorms for everybody. Now, it's not going to last terribly long, as this line of storms is going to blow through pretty quickly. Winds today will pick up. They're already very breezy, but by about 3-4 o'clock, we could really start to see some 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts as we get into the evening hours. The winds may start to pick up and perhaps even gust up to 50 miles an hour, and that's out ahead of the line of strong to severe thunderstorms. With that line, the main hazard will be some damaging wind gusts on the order of 58 miles an hour or greater. That's going to be the main concern. That could certainly bring down some trees and power lines. Certainly winds gusting to 40 or 50 miles an hour can cause some power outages. There is a very low end threat, though, for a tornado, so we don't want to not mention that, but the risk of that's pretty low in any one particular location, but we all have to be prepared and ready for that regardless. Through the day today, notice our winds start to really pick up as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. Again, gusting at times at 40 to 50 miles an hour. And those are winds not associated with any strong or severe storms. Those are just the gradient winds. And then the wind is expected to continue to remain elevated even heading into Wednesday as well. They'll come down a bit, but Wednesday is still a pretty gusty day too. So again, later this afternoon, wind gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour. There'll likely be some power outages, large tree limbs blowing around too, lots of tree debris. So bring the kiddos inside late this afternoon, have them play indoors as those winds really start to ramp up. Here's a look at our severe weather risk map, and this has not changed. We are still under a slight risk to see some scattered severe storms, and this is the reason why. We will get a squall line or a line of severe or strong to severe thunderstorms that will blow through from west to east, and it's going to move through pretty quickly during the nighttime period tonight and likely out of the state as we head close to midnight. So Hamilton, Fayette, Tuscaloosa, Utah, Forkland, Bolagie, Samantha up toward Jasper, Carbon Hill, Nauvoo, 5 to 9. That's when we think the worst of the weather moves through. Coleman, Springville, Aniana, Hayden, Birmingham, Pinson, Roebuck down toward Calera, Alabaster. About 8 o'clock through midnight tonight. That's when we think the time frame. That doesn't mean the severe threat will last that long. The severe threat will probably only last 30 to 60 minutes as those storms will be moving through pretty quickly and then exiting East Alabama, Anniston, Gadsden, likely heading your direction between 9 and 11 tonight. We do start to dry out. Thursday looks sunny and dry, and don't forget we spring forward this weekend.
This Women's History Month,